Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to this card making project. In this project we're going to be using the brand new to the UK, the Blooming Decoupage card making kit. We're going to make a standard card. We're not going to use anything other than flat tape and Xyron to put it together, even though you don't need to use the Xyron, you could just use flat tape. You get everything in the box that you need, apart from flat tape. You get all the cards, the decoupage, the stickers, the backgrounds, everything, believe me. So what I thought was it would be fun to make a card from the kit without using any extra Anna goodies. And then a week or so down the line, we'll come back to the kit and we'll make another card and we'll add lots of extras that we might have purchased at other times or have in our stash. So this project might be great for beginners that have never made a card before, or maybe you've purchased this kit, you don't know where to start, that type of thing. Or maybe you've not purchased the kit, you see this project and you think, I want it. So, you know, over to you type of thing. Now you do get instructions in the kit and you get a few card designs that have already been made. We're actually going to make something very similar to the very first one. So, as I said, very similar, but our own twist. You also get instructions on the back of how to put things together. So you get instructions from picking the card base, the card layer, the decoupage sheets, and then putting it together. So if you're ever worried about how to use the kit, check your box because the instructions should be in there. So the other thing I want to point out, because I'm not going to run through everything that's in the kit because Anna does that because it's her product and she does it, you know, better than anybody else. So what you do get are so many sheets of decoupage in there that when you pull the sheet out, you might think, oh, where do I start? Well, Anna has very kindly put the instructions now on the back of the decoupage sheets in this kit. So you know that you start with N1 and it says this is the base die cut. Use foam adhesive to lay die cut pieces on top of the in numeric order. So you start here, so N1, then we go to N2, which means nothing on the back, but on the front you can see it's N1, N2, N3, and then you get extra pieces to build up until you've got the full section. So we're going to do that anyway. So just remember, everything is from the Blooming Decoupage card making kit. So our base card I've picked from the kit is a beautiful pattern, and it's simply a normal 7x5 inch card. And on the back of it, you've got the full section that says handmade by. So when you make it for somebody, you can pop your name in there. So I would put Anne-Marie, and then that would say handmade by Anne-Marie. So whoever I gave this card to would, you know, have my name on the back of it. So I'm just using my bone folder to make sure it's got a nice sharp crease, because even though it's in a kit, I still like that sharp crease. So we're going to do the inside first, as always. Now I think this is the only little bit that we're going to go a little bit ad hoc on, because in the kit you get the inserts. So what I've done is I've taken one of the plain inserts and I've added tape along the back of it, along the creased edge, and I'm simply going to position it to the crease in the card base, like so, and match it up. There we go. I'm going to press it down, and then, now this is just me personally, I like to add a little bit more tape on the front, not a lot, as they say, and then I just fold the front over, press it down, and then when you open it, you've still got the flappy bit of the insert, but it's just stuck down a little bit. So that's our insert finished, really. if we're stuck to just the kit. But because this is me, I'm just going to add a little extra. And this is where just the extra bit of Xyron comes from. So from the sheet of flowers that I've used, the mix of daisies and... I don't know what the purple ones are actually. They're very similar to anemones, but I'm not sure. I've just taken one of the flowers and I've taken it through my Xyron machine. And I'm simply just going to add it to one side of the sentiment. Or shall we add it at the bottom? I think we'll add it at the bottom. Just to give it that little extra touch. You could leave it plain. You don't have to add flowers. But I just think that just adds a little something. Even though it's just one flower. So now we can turn our attention to the front of the card. And as always, I'm just going to use my bone folder again down that edge. Now, because everything is in the kit, my first layer I've picked is one of the gold layers. I do think these are really pretty, and I think they just add that extra touch of luxury to any card, especially this kit. So I've put flat tape on the back of it, and all I'm going to do is just add it through the centre of the card, trying to get it a little bit straight. There we go. So that's base number 1. Not exactly straight, but don't worry about that. So next I've picked one of the card layers. Now the layers match to the decoupage that are in the kit. If for any reason you don't want to use the floral layers, you can use the back of them because they're all double-sided. I've put 3D foam on the back of this. 3D foam is included in the kit. So Anna's thought of absolutely everything. So I've picked the floral side because I'm going to use the decoupage that matches the floral side. So I'm just adding that to the front of our card on top of the gold base. So for any new card makers that's watching, this is matting and layering. So I've matted and layered the first, which is the gold, and then I've matted and layered the second, which is the floral base. So next I'm just going to take one of the stickers that's included in the kit, and there's 4 sheets of them, and all you do is simply peel away the sticker from the carrier sheet. There we go. And this will then go onto the base of my card, just to give it a little bit of extra something. I'm going to add it about here. There we go. So you're only going to see the tip of it, and I'll press it down. So next we can build our decoupage. So I've punched out the flowers from the sheets. There we go. So that's that section. And I've got it on 3D foam. Now you can either marry them all together and make the decoupage before putting it on the card, or you can put it on the card and layer them. I'm going to put mine onto the card and layer them that way. So you can see the pattern running through the floral layer that matches the first decoupage layer. So all I'm doing is marrying the pattern over the top with the 3D foam on the back of it to make layer number 1. Then layer number 2 is slightly less of the full floral, so it's the middle section. Again, I've punched this from the sheets. There we go. I've got 3D foam on the back of it. This is called N2 on the sheet. And then you marry up the pattern, marry up the flowers, and pop the next layer over the top of it. There we go. And then I've gone for the 3 levels. So the last is the daisy. Again, I've popped it from the sheet, and I've got 3D foam on the back of it. So we find the matching pattern and marry it up. Now I know some of you advanced card makers, this is sort of like, you already know all this. But I've got new people watching all the time, and some people are beginners. So we've always got to sort of remind ourselves that we were beginners once. So for any of you that, you know, are thinking, oh, I know how to do all this, I'm awfully sorry. But you know what? As I said, we've all got to learn. So that's the layers of the decoupage. So next I'm going to add a sentiment. So the sentiment I picked again from the kit, because everything is included, says happy birthday. So all I have to do is peel the back of the sentiment away and then pop it at the bottom of the card, like so. There we go. And then to finish the card off, I've got a gorgeous satin ivory bow, and I've put that on 3D foam. The bows are included as well, and I'm simply going to put the bow just to one side of the sentiment, like that, and that is our card finished. Now, we could have added more, we could have gone for other items not in the kit, but I thought it would be good just to start from the kit, you know, to begin with. So that's our outside, and that's our insert. Such a beautiful card. Stands up nicely. Definitely a mantelpiece pleaser. Might need a little bit of extra padding for sending it in the post, but it's worth it. If you've enjoyed this, please check my blog for other projects. I do love hearing from you, so I can't reply back on YouTube, but I can on Facebook and my blog. So I'd just like to say thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time.